It looks like a new Star Trek film might be heading towards production. Let's warp in and check out today's news. Hey everyone, my name is Captain Jack and welcome to Trek Central. We've been waiting for word on the fate of the Kelvin Timeline movies for quite a while now, with recent news seeming like the franchise was stalled for the foreseeable future. Previous news, rumours and speculation about a new Star Trek film with Chris Hemsworth reprising his role as George Kirk had been circling for a few years now, but was recently put to bed when Hemsworth turned down the role, presumably halting all production. Today we got a surprising development on the next installment of the Star Trek movie franchise, so let's warp in and check it out. Now the new film is set to be the fourth installment in the Kelvin movie series, first started in 2009 with Star Trek, directed by J.J. Abrams. This new film looks set to continue the story of the intrepid crew of the USS Enterprise with Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Carl Urban, Zoe Saldana, and Simon Pegg, expected to reprise their roles as Captain James T. Kirk, Mr. Spock, Dr. Bones McCoy, Lieutenant Uhura, and Chief Engineer Scotty, respectively. It's interesting they don't mention John Cho, but perhaps they are just being cautious about who they expect to reprise their roles. Perhaps Sulu has already gone off to captain the Kelvin universe USS Excelsior. We sure hope that, as seeing that ship could be awesome. Now according to Deadline and Variety, J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot will return to produce, with Noah Hawley also producing through his 26 Keys production banner. There are no words on the plot details or if this is 100% confirmed yet, as Paramount Pictures is noted as in final talks with Hawley, but this news breaking seems to suggest so. Previously, Paramount had attempted to produce another movie with S.J. Clarkson directing, and the plot and story featuring the return of Chris Hemsworth as his character of George Kirk from the 2009 film. Sadly, this has not worked out. The project idea was shelved due to deals with the actors not being reached. According to Variety, the studio is hoping that this attempt will be more successful as it will feature a different plot than the one Hemsworth turned down. The news of the Star Trek film franchise pending future does bring forward a few speculative questions many of us have had for quite a while now. For starters, with the tragic passing of Anton Yelchin, will the producers recast the character of Pavel Chekhov or have the character trekking around somewhere else in the film universe? The character could be off serving on another starship, maybe the USS Reliant as previously seen in the Star Trek film The Wrath of Khan. This would answer the question of why Chekhov could not be seen in the new movie. Something that Paramount and those making the decision will have to consider with the film is the possibility of recasting the character with a new actor. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of this, and honestly, I could not think of who could take his place. Back in 2016, after the passing of Anton, J.J. Abrams said in an interview with Variety Fair, "I would say there's no replacing him," Abrams said. "There's no recasting, I can't possibly imagine it, and I think Anton deserves better." Obviously, this was mentioned back in 2016, and with a new movie most likely entering production in 2020, it's coming on 4 years now to when this is mentioned, so things could have changed, but ultimately we'll have to wait and see. Let us know your thoughts on this idea down below in the comment section. Another thing to consider with the revival of the film franchise is Paramount's merger with CBS. For those not keeping up to date, Viacom, who owns Paramount, has agreed to merge with the CBS Corporation in a deal which is due to close in early December this year, bringing all the Star Trek rights under one roof again. Currently the merger doesn't appear to affect anything for Trek on TV, with CBS All Access though. When asked about the merger and its effect, Alex Kurtzman stated that it was business as usual, and they've already have a slate of shows that's going to take them easily through the next 5 years. For those who've not been paying attention, CBS is producing multiple Star Trek series of their own, including Star Trek Discovery, the upcoming Star Trek Picard, and Lower Decks, all under the guidance of Alex Kurtzman's secret hideout production company. Now, Kurtzman did state, however, that if movies come into play, then we'll be ready. So that doesn't rule out the feature-length adventures on CBS sometime in the future. For the moment, all new Star Trek content is streamed on CBS All Access and separate international providers. So how will a new movie play into this? Will Paramount and CBS choose to still use traditional methods, or attempt to experiment with a new joint streaming/theatrical release of content? Now, many of you may remember the news about director Quentin Tarantino pitching an R-rated Star Trek movie idea to Paramount a while back. This idea has been gaining traction for some time now. Deadline reported that the idea has also got J.J. Abrams tied to it and is being developed separately. The film project will also have Mark L. Smith, known for The Revenant, writing the screenplay. But that's all the news we have on that for now. Okay, that's everything we have on the news of Star Trek films for today. It seems like the Kelvin timeline for Star Trek is alive again for the moment, and there's hope for the future. With all the interesting things happening with the Star Trek franchise, it makes perfect sense to include more movies as this universe continues to expand. It should be worth noting, nothing is 100% confirmed yet, so don't get too excited about its news, as it could all still fall through. Personally, it's best to wait until we see a trailer to see if everything is actually confirmed, but hey ho, hopefully it will be. If you want to keep up to date with the latest Star Trek news, lore, and more, then make sure to subscribe to Trek Central here on YouTube. You can also follow us on social media or check out our website for new articles every week. I've been Captain Jack, thank you for watching, and as always, live long and prosper.